Josh Jacobs better than Bo Jackson? Turn that up. Also, Cole Anthony is the next Allen Iverson. Oh shit. And also, I just want to say this. James Wiseman is better than Shaq.
All right, guys, what's up? This is a section where we call the climb. This is where I'll be talking about the race for the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft, this upcoming NBA draft. And yo, so far it's looking pretty it's shaping out pretty well. We got Anthony Edwards, we got Cole Anthony, we got LaMelo Ball, we got James Wiseman, and we got Nico Mannion, right? And I got a wild card in there named Isaiah Stewart. But I want to talk about Cole Anthony, bruh.
Goggles.
Cole, yeah. I love the goggle theme, number one.
I ain't gonna lie, he didn't look cool in those.
It was, you know
how Amari started had the cool goggles and it didn't look cool.
I mean, I liked it because, like, you know what I'm saying? He wore it in the first half, and then he was like, all right, let me take off the goggles. And I feel like once he took off the goggles, he was able to see the rim better. Yeah. And then he just started scoring.
Because he can't see. So they asked him after the game, and he was like, yo, why are we wearing the goggles? So remember when Lil Pump was like, I can't read that good?
Yeah.
He's like, I can't see that good.
But it's crazy how he took off the goggles and he was able to score because he had 20 plus points in the second half of the ball game. So, but there was a rumor, what I heard on that he said, you know, he's heard all this talk about LaMelo being the #1 overall pick. So he's using that as fuel, you know what I'm saying, for his motivation this season for him to be the #1 overall pick. So,
and he played Notre Dame. Notre Dame isn't ranked, but that's still a D1 quality team to play. So shout out Cole Anthony.
And plus it was a conference game too, which was weird. I'm not used to, you know what I'm saying, your first game off the bat being a conference game, but he showed out though.
And his pops was hype. His pops was in the still like, yeah.
It's
he
great.
Was like, he's the real, not Jesus Shuttleworth, but Jake Shuttleworth.
I mean, but Greg Anthony was, he was a good player in his day, but Cole Anthony might be the truth, man. I personally think he might be a top 3 pick when it's all said and done at the end of this.
And James Wiseman, #1. Anyway.
Ooh, that's your guy, James Wiseman?
Hey, bro, he looking better than Shaq out there. Nah, he's scary, but they play South Carolina State. They are nobody, but
we gotta see them in conference play later on. You know what I'm saying? The season will get.
Shout out Penny.
Shout out Penny.
Load management. What you got for me, dog?
All right, so there's been an issue with load management, especially with a particular team and a particular player. Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And they just got fined $50K, baby. But listen, find me another $50K because we going to the chip.
Right. So my issue with load management is that a whole lot of guys are having issues with that. I mean, even the greatest player of all time is sharing his thoughts on load management, you know, which is crazy because the guy who's the greatest player of all time is the owner of a team, you know what I'm saying? And the team hasn't won 50 games in I believe in I think forever in their franchise history. So I mean,
and they don't have a good player to do even load management with.
Right. and their last great player, they gave him away, you know what I'm saying, just for essentially nothing. So anyway, we'll not talk about
you're
that.
Not gonna pay me what I need to be paid, and you're not gonna let me load management? I'm out of here. Shout out the baby, but
my thing is this: people are having this issue with players playing 82 games a season. 82 games, like I just don't think that's feasible for you, like as a basketball player now, especially in this day and age, because statistics prove that players do not play well after back-to-back games. So teams are figuring that out now. So you know what I'm saying? You want to rest your best players out for the long run, especially if you want to go in the playoff push.
It's just logical. And like when Kobe was saying like, oh, I didn't want to sit out because I wanted to kill you, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear that because you probably would have had more championships or you would have just played longer. You could have been on this Lakers team now with LeBron and AD. Maybe that's far-fetched, but I'm just saying you still would have had a long career. And I know you wanted to play longer, but those last 2 years of your career when you got the Achilles injuries and all those other things.
The wrist and the thumb.
You low management, baby, but shout out to you though.
But I just think that teams need to necessarily understand. I think what the NBA has to do, they got to figure out something. Like I think personally I think they should do is they should shorten the season. That's #1 because if you want your star players to play, especially on national televised games, space out the season but make it shorter to where you know what I'm saying you put out the best product on the floor possible. And also they did the Clippers dirty anyway because
you can't do that.
What do you mean you can't?
You can't space out the season.
Not space.
You're gonna make the season longer.
Well, when I mean space it out, play less back-to-backs frequently. That's what I mean.
All right, that's fair. But yo, we got a special guest in the building. We caught up with him earlier today, so shout out to Leeky Bandz.
Yes, sir. What up?
He got a single dropping today, so make sure you go check that out. Featuring Gunna. It's called Picasso. So shout out Leeky Bandz in the building. Yeah. Yo, we got Leeky Bandz in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's go. What's good, G? What up, baby?
What's good, G? How you? Everything good?
Chilling,
So
yeah.
think about it, right? When we think about Manhattan, we think about Harlem, we think about Uptown and all that. So what do you want people to know about the LES? You feel me?
Yeah, I want them, when they think about Harlem, I want them to just think about downtown Manhattan.
Yeah,
Lower
yeah,
East Side,
okay.
you know?
Yeah.
We here. That's it.
What should we
I
know
want it to
about
be
it
a
though?
little more.
Like, cause I feel like Harlem, they got like their swagger, their style that we know.
But
We
yeah,
don't
like
know
they
too
have, that's what I'm saying. They have people that justify for them. So that's that's my job right now.
Right.
That's my job, just to, oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I heard a low, yeah, Leeky from there, you know, something like that. Just, I want to bring low up. That's it, a little more. They talk about us.
So are you 17 or 23? Cause
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, 'cause I mean, he looked it up. He was like,
Yo, I'm actually 17. I'm 17. I'm turning 18 April 15. I don't know how I almost forgot my birthday.
shout out to Aries, April 7th. You feel me?
Yeah,
We out here, you
Aries
feel
gang
me?
in the building.
Yes, sir.
Major.
And you got signed when you was 15, right?
I got signed when I was 15.
Okay, and then you
I
called.
probably was like 14. I was like 15.
That's lit.
That's lit.
When I was 14, I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah. I was I was in middle school playing video games.
I couldn't. I didn't want to. I felt like I was wasting time. I'm like, nah, I'm in
That's a fact.
school.
That's a
I want to
fact.
get
'Cause
bread.
I was wasting time.
I clearly was wasting time.
So you said that you got a DM from Joel Santana's when you was in high school, right?
Definitely, for real. It was my first day of high school. I was going to university. It's like right in my neighborhood.
Right.
I showed up. I didn't want to be there. I really didn't want to be there. I really didn't want to be there at all. So I just was leaving. I was just going to my manager crib, see if we get a session or something. I look at my DM. I didn't even look at my DM. I just opened my phone like I turned it on. It said, you got a message from Joel Santana. I'm like, Joel Santana. I go look at it. I'm like, whoa, it's the blue check. I'm like, oh, nah, this the real Joel. I'm like, nah. I'm like, what? It was just like crazy. It was like a special moment for me. I'm like, bro, what?
What did he say?
In my hand, I'm like, yo, he's like, I probably got the message. He was like, yo, what's good, big bro? He like, yo, what's good, little homie? Like, I rock with your music. And he sent me his number. So I left it there until I got to my manager crib because I ain't know. I'm like, yo, damn, like, this is Joel's, bro. This is Dipset. I grew up on this.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. So I'm like, yo, like, let me see what's up. We reached out to him and called him. He wanted to he wanted to do a record. He also wanted to sign us.
Oh, okay,
That's-
right.
And then I started doing
With the
more
Skull
stuff.
Gang?
With the Skull Gang?
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
And I was like, I didn't even know he had like a label. I knew about Skull Gang, but I'm like, yo, you don't got a label. You trying to sign me? So I was like a little confused. I'm like, damn, bro, I was a little tight, but I fuck with Brody. I ain't gonna lie, I feel.
Also, you're a big Drake fan, right?
Big Drake fan.
I got
bro.
a question for you.
I just had to lay low, but I'm a big Drake fan. I still am.
Is Drake better than Tupac?
I'm gonna say yeah. You know why? Hey, y'all gotta believe this is just my opinion.
No,
Because
I'm wrong.
No, we rocking with it. Go ahead.
no disrespect to Tupac.
Oh yeah, fact.
Okay.
I'm a
facts.
big Biggie Smalls fan.
Okay.
But I always go with Biggie Smalls over Tupac. I never really liked Tupac. I'll be honest with y'all. As a
you should.
kid, growing up, I loved him.
Yeah.
And as I got older and I started, I'm like, yo, I don't really feel like that's really him. Like, Thug Life, his whole image, that wasn't
Yeah.
him. So R.I.P. the Big, you know? He went out like a gangster to me.
That's a fact.
It's official.
True. It's true.
So when you did that song with NBA Youngboy, how do you feel? Because we call him the PS4 guy.
Yeah.
So like,
I
'cause, like
rock with
PS4 people,
PS4.
like people in the trap,
Well,
they stream NBA Youngboy.
He's the number one rapper streamed on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Young.
He always get that title. He don't be playing. That's because he hungry with it. He don't play. Oh, worry, I forgot about me. All right, but I'm gonna drop again. Fuck that. I'm in my bag. Like, he don't play that. I like that. I love that. That's what I love about him, bro.
And also, I fuck with Evil Knievel. That shit hard. Got some nice things in that video.
Yeah, he said got some nice things in there. Teresa, Jakima. Oh man.
All right, so let's talk about this track that's dropping today with you and Gunna. How you feel about that? What do you want the people to know?
I'm actually excited. I'm actually really excited. It took me probably like 2 years. 2 years to like work. We was working on this song for a minute. Like,
Wow. So what was the creative process of working with Gunna? Like, how was that like?
That was hard. Really, we didn't get to like cook up doing the record because he was. I forgot where he was at. I think he was in Atlanta or LA, and I was like leaving the studio, just getting home. I'm like, I'm not coming back out. I told my head out, I'm like, please, I don't want to come back out.
Yeah.
You to get it for me. So he got the verse down and all that. I mean the hook down pack and all that. They sent it over. I'm like, this shit go crazy. I'm like, damn. So I was just listening to it. I'm like, now I gotta hop on. I gotta do my part. I'm like, damn, like what do I do? So it was good. Like, it was great because it made me, think out the box and, see how I can come at it and still,
Before we talk about the bum ass Knicks, you got
why they coming for me?
You got a single release tonight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where at?
For sure. I'm doing a single release party tonight. It's gonna be in the Lower East Side.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be in Lower East Side right on 59 Orchard. Everybody's welcome. Everybody, like, as many people. We probably gonna let like 150, 200 people in, but whoever shows up first, like front gate and gets in, it's valid. Like,
That's fine.
that's what I was saying. So hell yeah, it's just going about whenever it flood up, that's when we gonna stop letting people in.
Ah, man, Knicks, man.
Yeah, it's
Tell me
about the
your
Knicks,
man.
Yeah.
So you're a Knicks fan, right?
Yeah.
So
I rock it
tell-
though.
Yeah, so it's all good. It's all
Yeah, I
good. I
rock
mean,
it though,
20
I rock
years
it
of
though.
of humiliation. But tell me, how,
It's 20 years of humiliation, but it's all good.
It is though. I mean, yo, so
We're gonna skip past that, but it's all good.
yo, like
Knicks
what?
ain't been hot since Freewell, bitch.
I know, man. But that's why I'm rocking with it. That's why I'm rocking with it.
Okay.
I could have went with the like LA. I could have went with a lot of places, but I'm like I really rock with the Lakers a lot.
Okay.
But I'm gonna
Bron,
stand with the Knicks because of the players that played for them, and I rock with it.
So how you like RJ Barrett?
RJ Barrett, I rock with him a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
He's averaging 20 points per game right
I
now.
know he is,
Can't
bro.
shoot.
But that,
Oh, come
and he could go a little harder. In certain games, he could go a little harder. It'd be a lot of times he be pissing me off.
Fifth game of the season.
You're right, but I think it was like either third or fourth. I wasn't feeling. I'm like, yo,
This ain't it.
This ain't it.
Get busy.
So
Like,
Nick, so you
don't play.
So you've given up on RJ Barrett already, bro?
No, I didn't give up on him. I want him to, like,
Get
busy, like,
better.
show them you're here to play. Like, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, okay.
Show them that you're here to play. Make it interesting. Get fun with them.
Yeah, so
But yo, we got Leeky
shit.
Bandz in the building. We're looking forward to
Yeah.
hearing that
Yes,
track,
sir.
man.
Definitely
and have
major.
a good release single party
Yeah,
tonight,
y'all know,
bro.
brother.
Appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah,
real
definitely.
talk.
That's a big
Y'all
fan,
more than
man.
welcome to pull through too.
of course,
I know.
definitely
Yeah,
slide.
yeah.
Definitely slide.
Yeah, major. We in the building.
Holla. Go! Oh yeah, and Picasso is out now featuring Gunna and Leeky Bandz. So shout out Leeky Bandz for joining us. Yeah, we on our way out of here, baby. Yo, shout out to Leeky Bandz. But no, let's get into it. Thursday night trash fire. Listen, I just want to say Josh Jacobs better than Bo Jackson.
Wow.
Debate your grandma or debate your drunk uncle.
Hey, listen. He was really running smooth out there on the
No, not the whole night because they had him shut down.
Right,
to that
yeah, I
last
mean,
play.
right.
But big moments like that, you need big players to step up, and he stepped up. Let's get to the point at hand. Phillip Rivers is trash, and two of the greatest people said this: Rosa Parks and Archie Manning. Nah. And what I mean by that, he said his son is not going to play for the Chargers, and that was probably the best thing the Giants could have ever wished for, because even though Eli wasn't that elite in far as his athleticism and his actual skill set, he got you 2 Super Bowls, he got the job done, and he's the brother of Peyton Manning, so he had that knowledge to go along with it. Phillip Rivers has been somebody that's been a really good quarterback, Hall of Famer, but he's been underachieving. And at this point, Phillip Rivers is so washed. He's never beat Brady. He's never gonna win anything. And
even Big Ben too. I mean, they're in the same class as well, quarterback class. I mean, they never really,
Big Ben has 2 Super Bowls and he went to 3, so we can't even put him in the same category.
Right, but I'm just saying in terms of that whole like quarterback class. You know what I'm saying? Phillip Rivers is like, he has the best gaudy stats, but like he's won the less. He's won the league.
And
so I mean,
he's had all the talent in the world.
Right.
You had LT at one point, and you had Antonio Gates, who was the man. And I know you had like a problem wide receiver, like the Chargers didn't have wide receiver at that point. But now you got Keenan Allen, and
Mike Williams,
and you got the defense, and Derwin James comes back in like what, 2 weeks?
Right,
bro. I don't want to hear nothing about the Chargers anymore. I'm fed up with that team. And then watch, they're gonna go on a run, and they're gonna impress anybody, and they're just gonna blow it again. But also shout out Gruden.
The Raiders are gonna make the playoffs. I'm saying it right now. The Raiders are making the playoffs. Here's the reason why. Because one, the offensive line has been clicking, which is key for Josh Jacobs in that run game. And 2, Darren Waller, man. Let's talk about his game, dog. Darren Waller's been balling. He's been a top 5 tight end this season.
The 3rd best tight end in the league.
Darren Waller, baby. But I just think that Gruden finally figured out what what their the niche of the team is, and like they're sticking to it. You know what I'm saying? They're sticking to their guns.
Also, big game coming up. LSU with Bama, and listen, man, I think LSU hasn't beat Bama since 2011. Wow. And I think that's when Eric Reed was on the team, and he made that big interception or whatever it was, and then he walked into the class the next day, and he got a standing ovation. So when you beat Bama, that's a big thing, especially down there. Right. But big game coming up. LSU has an offense now. They have a quarterback, Joe Burrow.
I think
we have a good offense.
I think Joe Burrow right now is the front runner for the Heisman Trophy, just because of what he's able to do with that LSU offense. I mean, he's pretty much like turned that thing up a notch because LSU's always had the talented skill position players. They've always had good running backs. They've always had good receivers. But what was always lacking? The quarterback position. And now they finally have a solid, capable quarterback that can move the offense. And now they're putting the points on the board. Especially with that defense. Hey, listen.
I'll leave you with this. This is a must-win game for Bama. LSU has the strongest schedule. They beat better competition. Alabama has played nobody, so they have to win this game. And I will leave you with this. Alabama by 20. Let's go.
I got LSU by 3.
J.Bobby.
And I'm Rios.
And J.Bobby and Rios ain't nothing to fuck with. Overtime.
Yeah.
Hey, for more videos, man, and more content, go run it up. Go check it out. Yeah.
Like and subscribe, baby.
You know.